For the first time ever, a dance company has created a show taking audiences on a journey through African American dance history that will sweep you off your feet. The History of Black Dance in America is a dance concert of African and African American inspired social dances, popularly danced in the United States from the 1800s to today. From Zulu to Lindy Hop, with the Cakewalk, Black Bottom, Shim Sham, and more historic dances in between. They'll all be on exuberant display in this multimedia live performance by Chester Whitmore and the Central Avenue Dance Ensemble.
So he said, I used to dance. If you want to learn, come to me. I said, I thought he was joking. So, but I took the gentleman's offer up, and I came by his house, and I showed him my little steps that I knew, and it was horrible. It was embarrassing. He said, let me try this, and he flew across the floor. Brrr. He said, you want it. You want this. And he said, and I didn't know this guy. I stayed with him for 2 years and a half. He exposed me to all these great dancers while I was up late at night one night. And this was an all-black musical. And you got to note, at that time, there was no black musicals on TV. You never seen it in those time. And I'm looking at this all-black cast. I always saw musicals with Fred Astaire, Gene Kelly, and everybody else, but then these two guys came out, and they were doing these incredible dance routines, go downstairs, split, bam, boom, bop, bam. I was like, oh my goodness. And I said, I woke up the next morning and told my friends, did you guys see that musical last night? Did you see it on TV? They said, yeah, there ain't no black people on TV. And I went back to my rehearsal. My teacher said, what's wrong? You seem puzzled. I saw these group of two guys doing the splits on the great musical. He said, oh, really? He said, hold on a minute. He pulled out a drawer and pulled out these 8x10s. I looked down and said, oh, that's you. I've been with this man for 2 years and a half. Did not know his name was Fayard Nicholas, of the great legendary Nicholas Brothers. He introduced me to Willie Covan, the first black choreographer that was on MGM lot that taught Ann Miller, Fred Astaire, Eleanor Powell. I got a chance to work with the famous John Bubbles, the father of rhythm dancing. And for working with these people, I was staying with them, going to became their protege. I got a chance with Catherine Dunham. I have worked.
Accompanied by narrated video, this 2-hour retrospective takes audiences through the rich and varied history of African and African American inspired social dances that have been in the mainstream of American social life from the slavery era to today. The goal of this program is to educate the general public on the history of these dances in an exciting and entertaining way.
In the summer of 2009, we pulled together a group of dancers, including many of the former black ballet jazz dancers, and we began rehearsing to do a show for Black History Month in 2010. So, we rehearsed and we rehearsed and we rehearsed, and as it turns out, we actually ended up rehearsing for like, a year and a half. So in the end, we ended up debuting the History of Black Dance in America at Crozier Middle School in Inglewood, California in February of 2011. We opened to a capacity crowd. I mean, it was actually amazing. In fact, it was so amazing that every local news station in Los Angeles sent a crew down to record it. I probably thought it was like a riot going on down there, but what was happening was something that was truly unique and for me truly humbling. An entire community was coming out to support a cultural event. They loved it. I mean, they loved it so much they were dancing in the aisles. It went longer, way longer than it should have. I think it was like over 3 hours, nearly 4 hours, and the crowd was still there.
This is a very important national work because while many of these dances are recognized as an integral part of American history and culture, very few Americans have ever seen them danced live, and fewer still actually know their history. Please join us in our effort to keep this uniquely American dance history alive. It is not funded by the NEFA or the NEA, nor is it represented in any of the works they and other major dance and arts granting programs do fund. It can only happen with the dedication of our committed dancers and the contribution of potential viewers like you.